Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. A very good morning to all of you. First of all, let me welcome you and express my sincere gratitude for your commitment in joining us to commemorate the International Anti-Corruption Day. Today marks the 20th year since the United Nations General Assembly adopted United Nations Convention Against Corruption. It also designated 9th December as International Anti-Corruption Day that is celebrated all over the world. Here, we call it HARA or Hari Antirasuah Antarabangsa. Malaysia is proud to join the international community to commemorate this day with a shared theme, Uncapped at 20, Uniting the World Against Corruption. This is a recognition that the fight against corruption is not the job of one entity. Indeed, tackling this crime is the right and responsibility of everyone, and only through the cooperation of the involvement of individuals, community, civil society, law enforcement, media representatives, the public and the private sector can we together unite to overcome this heinous crime. Further, cross-border global collaboration is increasingly necessary to fight corruption and fraud, as financial crimes are no longer confined within the boundary of a country. Hence, in this globalized world, the theme Uniting the World Against Corruption is apt and timely. Ladies and gentlemen, corruption impacts negatively on every dimension of society. It fuels conflict and inhibits peace and development of undermining the rule of law, worsening poverty, facilitating the illicit use of resources, and providing financial for illegal activities that threaten national security. The repercussions of corruption are manifold and detrimental to the country's economy, political stability and security system, which is why in Malaysia, the MACC applies a holistic approach using a three-pronged strategy, namely enforcement, investigation and prosecutions, and corruption prevention and community education. Today's nationwide hybrid seminar, led by our Association of Certified Integrity Officers, ACEIO, has garnered over 1,000 participants from more than 100 multinational and commercial companies based in Malaysia. Our panels firstly will discuss the provision of corporate liability, while the second panel is on the offering of tax incentive through corruption prevention activities. The corporate liability provision came into force in June 2020. Under Section 17 Capital A of MACC Act 2009, a commercial organization could be prosecuted if any of its employees or associates commit corruption for the interest of advantage of the organization. The company is liable if it fails to prove that it has taken adequate measures to prevent the occurrence of corrupt practices in their business dealings. This principle of this provision is not merely punitive, but it is designed to ensure that companies have taken adequate measures to prevent corruption within their organizations. Secondly, and this is good news for companies, corporate and private companies are eligible to apply for tax deduction for the amount equal to the amount of expenses incurred for organizing anti-corruption activities. This is an incentive for the corporate sector to collaborate with the MACC to conduct anti-corruption programs as their corporate social responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, preventive measures are just as important as law enforcement, as the MACC is empowered by the law to do both with the vision of creating a corruption-free society. Ladies and gentlemen, preventive measures are just as important as law enforcement, and the MACC is empowered by the law to do both with the vision of creating a corruption-free society. To this end, we need the support of all stakeholders to adopt zero tolerance towards corruption. Finally, highlighting the theme of this year's International Anti-Corruption Day, Let's collectively unite against corruption. Thank you.